In this video, I will be showing you how to program your brand new sign and the basics of using the software. First, you're going to want to open the HD Player software included with your sign on your Windows computer. Next, you're going to want to go to File, New, and we're going to be using the settings for the 20 by 52 sign. However, if you've bought one of our other signs, in the description, I will have all the settings to use for that sign. Everything else is exactly the same. For device type, we're going to go to D Series, D16, and type in 128 by 48. As I said, this is for the 20 by 52. Everything else is the same except these settings, so check the description to match the sign that you bought. Click OK. I'll delete these. This is what you should have. You can click this little pill box to zoom in, and here's our workspace. First, I'm going to show you how to add a basic photo and text. Click Photo. You can either stretch this box out or click these little arrows up here. This will make sure that it fills the screen with whatever content you add. Click the blue plus sign. We include a bunch of content with your sign for you to program your sign however you want. However, if you'd like, you can go to Google or anywhere on the internet for that matter and download any photo, video, GIF, animation, anything you want you can put on here. But for now, we're just going to use the stuff included with your sign. If we click on the background static folder, this will be all of the pictures that we give you. If you'd like to make the icons bigger, just click the extra large icons in this little drop down and you'll be able to see the content better. For now, we're just going to choose this little background. It'll look all pixelated on here, but it won't on the actual sign. Here's our photo, and as I said, these blue arrows we can stretch and move it however we want. So if we wanted to, we could actually click Photo again, find another pattern, and we could have two photos here. We're not going to do that, but you can add as many photos on each slide as you want, or videos for that matter. To remove something, just select what you want to remove and click this little red X up here. We're going to restretch this so it fills up the whole sign. We're going to go to Text. We're going to select our font. Now you can use any font you want, but we recommend the Bandscript Condensed font. It's the second B on the list. The reason is we just find this to be one of the best fonts for readability. In here, we're going to type Big Sale. Now obviously we don't want it looking like that, so what we're first going to do is select all the text and click these little lines to center it. Next we can click this little arrow here, and this is where we select the font size. Next, this little A here is where we change the color of the text. You can select any of these colors up here, or you can play around with this to find a more exact color which you're looking for, and this will be the lightness and darkness of that color. We also recommend bolding any text you use. You can experiment with this, but we find that bold, especially on Bandscript Condensed, just helps the readability a little bit more. If you want to, you can also italicize and underline your text, but we're not going to be doing that. Another thing we recommend is adding an outline to all your text. To do that, click this little line here, select whatever color you want your outline to be, and click OK. This again just helps with the readability. If you want the text to appear somewhere else, we can either drag this, or select these for the left, this for the right, this for the bottom, this for the top, and this for the middle. We're just going to keep it in the middle for now. This is our letter spacing. If we play with this, we can space out the letters more or less to find what we want on the sign. We're going to keep this at 0 for now. If I go here, I press Enter, make this a bit smaller, you'll see we have it like that. We can play around with this little arrow here. We can play around with these arrows right here to bring the words closer together. That way you can fit more on your sign. We're just going to undo our changes. Put this back at 100. Make this a little smaller. And bring the text back here by pressing backspace. Make sure you play around with the sizing until you find something that looks good. Again, we want our text to be as readable as possible. Now to add some movement to the text. In this little area here, we have the display, clear, and hold settings. For display, you can choose any of these options and it will change how the text comes in. So as you see, the text comes down. Same things for clear. We can make the text go up when it leaves. If we want, we can change the hold, which is how long it stays static. Let's make this 1 second. We can also change the speed of how fast it comes in and leaves. 1 being fast and 9 being slow. This little button here will just randomize the different ways it comes in and leaves. So, this can be a fun option for your sign. Say you want more than just this on your sign but don't want to make the font smaller. What we can do is type in a longer sentence, go to the hold, and change it to 1 second. And you can actually go less than this. If you type point, let's go 0.1. It's a little too fast, let's go 0.5. Now the text will rapidly switch between what we want. Next, we're going to click Program, and this is where we make another slide. For this one, we're going to do a video. So click Video, stretch this out, or press these cross arrows, click the blue plus sign, go to the video you want, or the background videos folder if you're using some of the content we gave you, extra large icons. We're going to use this planet here. Same thing as before, if we don't want this to take up the whole thing, we can make it smaller or as big as we want. We're going to click 3D text this time. 3D text is just like text, but we can animate how it actually holds on the sign or sits on the sign. We're going to stretch this box out. We're going to type in Paul's Gift Shop. Select it all. Select the font we want to use. Make it a little bigger. Center it. Bold it. Now, you'll see it has this colorful effect. If we want to get rid of that, go to the Style setting and uncheck this, or if you'd like to keep it, you can play around with some of the other settings. But we're going to uncheck it for now, and also uncheck the shadow. Now it just looks like regular text. There's also other options here if you'd like to play around with any of these. I'm going to change the color. Let's go with red. Now that we have this, we're going to increase the spacing a little. Just a little more readable. Maybe make it a bit smaller. Now it all fits on the sign. Right here we have the movement settings. So, we can choose something like this and the text will bounce up and down, or left and right, or any of these settings here. Now that we have this, we can also select different directions. So this little stop sign is text that mostly stays to the center. This option is text that comes in from the top, comes in from the bottom, comes in from the left, and comes in from the right. This little drop down is the speed, 1 being slow and 5 being fast. We can select any of these options. This option gives that Universal Studios kind of effect. Again, you can play around with this as much as you like, but for simplicity's sake, we're just going to leave this one at that. To add a GIF, it's the same as adding a photo. Make a new program, click Photo, size it however you like, click the blue plus sign, and find whatever GIF you want. See, we have this Happy Halloween one. Again, it'll look a lot more pixelated in the program than it will in real life. We're going to make one more just to make sure everything's clear. We're going to go with this pink hearts background, stretch it out. We're going to add text. We're going to make the text larger. Oh, we forgot to stretch it. Bandscript condensed font. Bold it, center it, change the color, add an outline, and we're going to change the hold, and now it will rapidly switch between these two. We can also change the way it comes in and the way it comes out. Speed this up. Something important to do every time you add a slide: click on the program, go to fixed length, and this will be how long you want it to stay on the sign. We usually recommend between 1 and 5 seconds, but there are things you might want on there for even longer. So I'm going to set this to 5 seconds, and now after 5 seconds it'll switch to program 2. Same thing with this one. After 5 seconds it'll switch to program 3. Say you want to schedule something. We don't want Happy Halloween showing up this early into the year. So what we can do is click on the program, go to specify the date, click this little blue plus sign, click this little icon, and we can adjust when it starts. Now we can go to October 31st, and we'll have it end the day after. So same thing. Now this will appear on October 31st and end on November 1st. You can specify the time as well if you have something that you'd like to play at a certain time. Say we have a slide that says open. We only want this during our opening hours. So everything is in military time here, but we'll make it start at noon. And we'll have it end at 5, just for simplicity. Now, this will only play from noon to 5 every day. When you're happy with your sign, first we recommend going to File, Save As, and saving it somewhere easy to find on your computer. That way, if you ever need to make any changes, when you're ready to send it, the sign appears as a Wi-Fi connection on your computer. What that means, if you go to your Wi-Fi settings the same way you connect to your home internet, you'll see something called D16 or whatever controller is in your sign. For the 20x52, it's D16 followed by some random numbers and letters. Click that sign and enter the password that was given to you with your sign. Once you're connected, you go to Send, and you'll see your device here. You click this check mark that will be here, and click Send. And the content you just programmed is now on your sign, just like that. You don't have to stay connected to the sign. This is only for when you send it. You can unconnect and go back to your regular business's internet, and your content will still appear on the sign. That's about all the basics for using your sign. If you're having any issues, feel free to reach out to us at our email or our phone number, which are both in the description, or leave a comment. We'll be happy to help.